Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. We are today Wednesday, December 19, 2018. Thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed to the channel, and thank you so much for those of you who are just checking out this video. For today, the topic discussions that we have should Haiti operate as a union instead of a democratic country? And we also have another video, Haiti in the Dominican Republic. Could an alliance between the DR and Haiti bring power to both countries? So these are the topic discussions that we are going to have for today. We are going to start off with, should Haiti operate as a union instead of a democratic country? The first thing that I want to say to anyone, this is just a little disclaimer. I'm a little bit under the weather and I've been sneezing all day. So if you probably are not, I'm trying my best to make it clear. I actually had a Tylenol before I started. And also, you guys know that when I film my videos here in my home, I can't control what goes on around me. I can't control the chickens, the dogs, and any other noise that you may hear. So I already apologize. All right. So let's start. I can hear the dog. This is not our dog. This is the neighbors. So please bear with me. Should Haiti operate as a union instead of a democratic country? I think yesterday we analyzed Haiti in the New World Order. And I think in one of the videos that I have, when I posted that, or when you hear that video, I think I touched on it briefly. So today we're going to analyze that topic discussions, and the reason behind that I wanted to talk about it is just because we have entered the New World Order. I'm trying to look at what Haiti is offering, what Haiti has been offering in the last 30 years, and I'm trying to figure out like what could be different strategies for the new people that are looking at for us to prosper in this new world. Because clearly, I mean, if Haiti doesn't take these opportunities with this wind that is happening to strengthen its tie and to do things differently, I'm going to have to admit that nothing is going to help us prosper. So let me read what I wrote, and we are just going to dissect everything. So the first thing that I said Haiti has had an ineffective government from what I know. From all the times that I've been here, working here, living here as a child in Haiti, I have never seen Haiti with really like a stability politics. I think that from my memories, I can say that before the election of 1991, so I was still like very much a child, but in my background, like if I can really think about my childhood, I think Elta Pascal Touye was also a president of Haiti, and I think when she was a president of Haiti, which she was like I believe an interim president, and to my understanding, that was the only time that I felt a little bit that I could feel like Haiti had somewhat of a political stability. But then from the people who are a little much more older than me, people who are in their 40s right now, who remember probably, or older people like my parents who remember probably the dictatorship in Haiti, not my parents, but a lot of people felt like, Haiti under that dictatorship, Haiti prospered. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to disagree with these people, because I don't believe that any citizen is going to give you their best when you have a system of a dictatorship. In a country, a system of a dictatorship system is a very oppressive system. And under an oppressive system, you are going to do two things. You are going to inspire people to rebel against you. You're going to inspire next generation to rebel against you. Or you're going to inspire people to leave your country because they're seeking equality, they're seeking freedom. And plus Haiti has always had its freedom. It comes from the fact that I feel like naturally the Haitian people, are not people who can evolve under oppression. So for me, the dictatorship is out of the equation at all. So I said, from my understanding, I have never, even now, let's just say the last 20 years, have been, the last 20 years. So we're talking about when, the wind of somewhat of an apparent of a democracy in Haiti. We had President Aristide, but you know what happened with the coup d'etat. And also, these systems are not working for us because we still very much are not an independent country where we depend so much on the international aid. So I also said that president, parliament don't equate to anything they never had. This is me referring to the last 20 years or so. You know, these people do not equate to anything, because even when they are trying to put laws, you know, you're hearing system changing, you're hearing like laws being put in place. It doesn't matter, because you are not producing anything. In order for you to have your freedom, this is for anything, anyone, like this is for us. Even when we're talking about women empowerment, individual empowerment, in order for you to have any type of freedom, you need to have your own. You need to have your own. Until you have your own, then you can't talk about freedom. Haiti doesn't have its own. Haiti is always borrowing money. Haiti is always borrowing certain things. And Haiti has become, in the last 10 to 15 years, a country that has been under the international aid. So we can't talk about effective government at all. Okay. So I said the last 30 years were chaotic. Well, you know, am I being dramatic? No, I'm not being dramatic. I mean, what kind of prosperity has Haiti ever known the last 30 years? Haiti hasn't known any prosperity. Haiti hasn't have any leadership. You know, never, not, I really honestly, I can't say that Haiti has had any type of leadership that I know of. No. So we are going to also take that out of the equation. So I said, with China's presence, perhaps the people of Haiti should advocate for a cooperative union instead of this current mockery. Well, I'm very certain that this is not a proposition that the people of Haiti has ever had. I'm not so sure that, because what I'm realizing at this present moment with me, and also kind of like some, you know, when I was in hiatus, listening to some of my old videos, I'm realizing that, you know, great minds think alike. So if I'm thinking like that, I'm very certain that someone, somehow, somewhere in this world is thinking the same way that I'm thinking. And I'm also very much under the impression that maybe one or two Haitians are thinking the way that I'm thinking. So if we are thinking like that, so maybe some of the people of Haiti are also thinking like that. Maybe they're looking at this mockery of a parliament, these people, well, I don't like to call them people, these who are senators. Like, what are they doing? They are all part of a big circus. So why is it that the people of Haiti should not advocate for a cooperative union? Maybe it has never been presented to them. Maybe if I'm one of the people who are thinking like that, if we are very handful, so maybe two or three people who are thinking like that, you know, so maybe the people of Haiti have never been presented with such an idea. Okay, maybe we don't need maybe we don't need a president, actually. Maybe we can have like a different system here in Haiti that could actually work a lot better than what we have. So I said, what kind of, if I'm thinking about like a cooperative union, what am I saying by this? So I said, I was just thinking. So I said, well, maybe the system of cooperative union, that's me thinking, that's me, you know, making my mind work. I said it would be a system of check and balance. I like the system, I like the check and balance type of system, whereas kind of like everybody hold the same type of power, right? So everyone hold the same type of power. So now the system in check and balance, which we would say the executive branch, the judiciary branch, and what else we have? Judiciary, executive, I'm missing the other one, and I don't want to dwell on it. So there's a third one. So each of these systems kind of like balance each other. I'm thinking about the United States. Unfortunately, that's what I'm a little bit more familiar with. But of course, you know, right now I said that that's not what I put for Haiti. So I said that for me, what I'm thinking to myself, this is how I would, you know, kind of like draft it. We would have the army. So the army would be like one branch, okay? We would have the private sector. The private sector would be the second branch. And we would have the governmental institution, i.e. the judicial system, the health system, and the educational system. So this would be what I would feel like Haiti would need. The army. I find that the army can be its own system. The army would, have its own power. The army would have its own judicial system inside of it. And inside the army, I put that we would have the National Guard should be included. If you're familiar with my videos, or if you've probably familiar with Haiti, you understand that Haiti doesn't have its own National Guard. So our borders, like our ports, anything that has to do with the seaside is patrolled by, in great part, by the American people. They are the one who come here to Haiti, and they have their own people on the border. So anything that has to do with boat, with ships, any kind of like miscellaneous activities that is going on, it falls under these people, because Haiti doesn't have the equipment. This is me also going back with probably what the Haitian government should have advocated. Instead of building the army, which is cool, you can build your army, but let us not forget that if you're going to build an army, you have to sustain your army. Your army needs weapon. And right now, the weapon that we are talking about, we're not talking about guns, okay? We're talking about nuclear weapons. That's what the big countries are doing. So why not go big? Just because you are a small country, that doesn't mean that you need to think small. Let's think out of the box. Why not advocate for submarine? Why not advocate for China, possibly Russia, because Russia has its strength. So why not make deals with Russia and advocate for them to give us submarine, to give us training for National Guard? Because if we're going to go all out and we're going to mingle with other countries, let's go all out. We know that Russia, that's their strength. That's the strength of Russia. So we can advocate for a partnership with the Russian government, and we can advocate for us to have an entire different system when it comes to the army. And under that, we have the National Guard right then and there. So now you have your own National Guard that is patrolling your port. Right? So anything that falls under your water, it's yours. You know how to dictate that. You know how to make move. So I find that we can have the army, but the army would be its own system with its own power, and with, holding its own power as well. So the second thing I put the private sector. I had to put the private sector in it because thus far, I feel like the Haitian government doesn't have a lot of power because it doesn't hold a lot of weight. I think we can safely say that. There are too many people that are quote unquote part of the private sector that hold a lot more weight. So that they are just kind of like, comment je pourrais dire? They are just kind of like, they would come out of the woods and they would try to like if you don't give them something to work with, you have to kind of like know how to play your cards. If you don't give them something, that's what happened to President Aristide. Let's not get into politics. Probably I should start doing like a lot of politics, because that's really what happened with President Aristide when he came into power literally like 15 years ago. He wouldn't deal with the private sector and the army. So both of them held power at the time. So the army gave them the coup d'etat. But even when the army wouldn't give them the coup d'etat, the private sector didn't want him there. You have to know who holds power when your weight is not there, and give people something to work with, and then in return you'll have something to work with. So I still feel like the private sector can have something, because at the end of the day, do they bring something to the country? Well, whether we can discuss or agree to, whether they bring something to the country or not, we have to acknowledge that they hold certain type of power. Because who's behind some of the banks in Haiti? Who's behind some of the people who have kind of like just the basic shit that, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to curse. Kind of like just what some of the countries have. You know what I mean? So we're talking about, the private sector needs some type of thing to work with. Give them something to work with so that they don't feel like, you're out to cut their head. And I said that the governmental system, of course, the governmental system will need something. But with the governmental system, since we are advocating for a union instead of having like a president, senators, and all that, so we'll have the different system of branch of power. So we still have the judicial system, because you still need that. And, that would fall probably under like, the court system, the police system, all that. And then we'll have the health system, because you still need kind of like people who dictate what turns into laws for health and things like that. And then you still have like your educational part. You also have oh my god, you have agriculture, like anything that falls under the government. So we'll still have that. So that's what I felt like we should have. I'm sorry, I'm like, my notes is right there, so I'm reading to see if I'm missing anything. So these are like kind of like the three sector, and I said that each section should balance. I said that each section should balance the other. They should all have equal power. Now, perhaps some people who watch this video are going to kind of like maybe disagree with me in the fact that why should the private sector have the same equal power as the government? Well, let us not forget the title of the video. We are looking at Haiti becoming a cooperative union instead of a country that operates with a president or anything. That doesn't mean that, a new governmental style wouldn't have power. That just means that each of these three sections, so we have the army, we have the private sector, and we also have the government. They all would kind of like check and balance each other. They all would have equal power. So if the private sector does something, that is, they couldn't vote something that both the army and the government cannot do, and just vice versa. I was thinking about something like that. I was actually thinking about putting the topic discussion, should Haiti become a socialist country? However, when I got down here, I think that what prompted me to think about that was just the fact that I was thinking to myself, what about a cooperative union? What if Haiti has a cooperative union instead of having a president? So I'm again curious to see what people are going to write underneath this video. That I know of, I've never known Haiti to have that type of setting. So let me know what you think about this idea, and let me know some of the thoughts that you might have around this, this idea. I feel like, it could work for us, right? So thank you so much for watching the video. I'm very interested to see what you guys are going to write. Let's get the discussion coming, and I will see you in the next. Bye.